in the palm of my hand. Bad little flex, wanna play by the coast. Carry the torch, I'm way up, it's litty wherever we float. I came from the cold, used to rest on the floor. I stitch up my wounds, was born a soldier. Flipping the struggle, I'm taking it worldwide. Hold it down when you talk to me. Say it is what it's supposed to be. Say it loud, but I mean it too, yeah. Talk that good when you talk to me. Say it nice and I give it to you. You know my word is blitty wherever we float. I came from the cold, used to rest on the floor. I stitch up my wounds, was born a soldier. Flipping the struggle, I'm taking it worldwide. Hold it down when you talk to me. Say it is what it's supposed to be. Say it loud, but I mean it too, yeah.
Welcome to Dinner with the Coaches. I am your host, Nadira Lewis, and I am here with my favorite co-host, Thomas Taylor. Woo!
Yeah, woo! Good evening.
Yes, are you excited about today? We have some amazing coaches with us today, and I am excited. Thomas is going to talk to us and introduce our topic that we're going to discuss. And then the next voice you'll see is that of our wonderful coaches, Miss Keyshawn Lashaun, Clinton and McCoy, Christian, Bryant, and Swag Leadership, Veney Cochran. So, Thomas, what do you have to say about what's going to take place today?
Wow, it's awesome. We have a special guest, somebody who's out there killing the game. You know, in this information highway, we have a lot of options out there. You know, there's different ways to communicate that's popping up all the time. You know, we got the basic, we got Facebook, we got Instagram, you know, then all of a sudden, you know, TikTok came about and all these other means of communication. So tonight we're really going to kind of talk about, we're going to drill down on one aspect of that communication, which is YouTube, right? Like we know there's a lot of different variations of YouTube where people are getting paid based upon, you know, just the amount of people that subscribe to their channel. I think everybody who is a leader and an influence in the community actually has some sort of YouTube channel because it's another way to communicate, right? So we got various ways that we can communicate, but YouTube is a way where it's almost like self-propelled, right? Like you don't have to have any particular login or any particular time. It's always available 24/7. And, you know, a lot of people, even young kids, man, that's all they utilize is YouTube, man. Like everything, their whole life, you know, it's kind of second to Google. You know, it's Google and it's YouTube. You know, that's pretty much it. So it's going to be a good night where we can dive into that, kind of get a little tips, you know, a little how-to. So it'll be some good stuff, you guys. Good stuff.
Yes, I'm excited. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to play this video. And then once we play this video, the next faces you will see is that of our wonderful coaches. You ever have one of those moments where you have those aha duh moments? Like I have one of those aha duh moments. We'll be back after this. Welcome, guys, to Dinner with the Coaches. Guys, we are here. Thank you guys for joining us today. We are excited. Thomas is going to take us to our topic and introduce the coaches, and we will go from there. So welcome, guys.
Yeah. Hey, glad everybody took some time out to hang out with us this evening. Yes, with my co-host, Mr. Darrell Lewis. It's a great thing. But again, before we came on, I talked about how social media in the event of social media has really taken over our lives, right? So there's various different ways to communicate. A lot of people, once Google came out, kind of latched on to Google, especially the younger, the millennials right now. They like if Google didn't say it, then it's not real. It doesn't exist. So tonight we're going to talk about one level of communication that we're going to really kind of dive into, and that's YouTube, right? So YouTube is very interesting because it has different variations of accessibility, right? So a lot of people utilize it for, small things, for fixing cars, right? Anything you need to know, you can go to YouTube and somebody created a video, right? But there's also another side of YouTube where people have figured out a way to leverage YouTube for a monetary basis, right? Based upon information that they know or learn and that they actually share. So tonight, that's kind of really where we want to go, because we have somebody that's a YouTube guru, Miss Keisha, that's out there doing phenomenal things. Right. So we kind of want to start with Keisha, like what is your really one of your good secrets on how we can effectively use YouTube?
Well, thanks so much for having me on the show tonight. I'm super excited and honored to be here with Dinner with Coaches. It's not dinner time here in Seattle. So I'll go and eat dinner with it. Thanks for having me. Thanks for doing this. And, just a little bit about, my background. I actually started out on the internet back in like 2008, 2009. And YouTube was really the only place for me to go and actually build my actual audience, quite honestly, because there wasn't a Facebook or any of the social media platforms that we now leverage. So I realized quickly that I needed to become an authority. And so the one place that I could demonstrate my authority was through an actual YouTube channel. So as a network marketer who was struggling, right, in that industry, because I didn't have a network, right? I was a mom, I had a job and stuff like that. So I didn't even have a network of people to really take any type of products to besides my friends and family. And they just weren't interested in really becoming business owners and, buying. I had some very expensive juice I was selling at one time.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It
was some very expensive juice.
Yeah. And then you walked into Walmart and saw it on the shelf.
Yes. So, my dad just didn't want to auto ship for $200. I just couldn't find enough people that really wanted that. So I went to YouTube to really grow my authority and to grow my brand. And just over the years, even to this day, you guys, I still have people that send me emails and I saw your YouTube video, right? Someone actually bought a product from me. It's like $300 product.
Wow.
Totally from YouTube. I just had done a video. I'd show people how, to do this process. And I had created a course on how they could do it. And so literally I was out going to get Starbucks, which I realized Starbucks had no food today. I was so disappointed.
well, you up there in the motherland of Starbucks though. So they should have anything you wanted.
So anyway, I digress about the Starbucks food, but as coaches, right, it is when you have an expertise. Let's just get to it, right? You know something, whether it's experience, you've gone to school or whatever, and the ability to demonstrate your knowledge, YouTube is the platform to do it. I think earlier we were in the back talking, and I want to say it's Clinton. Hope I don't get the name wrong, but I believe it was Clinton. Thank you. Clinton was talking about we become defined by the things that we know how to do. And I always tell my students, I am not YouTube is not my business.
Yeah.
Right? YouTube is not my business.
Mm-hmm.
I leverage YouTube in order to get my big message out to a global audience. And I realize that YouTube is the number 2. It's like Google is the number 1 search engine. Then there's number 2, which is YouTube. And so it just makes sense that if I'm going to be doing videos and I want to reach more people, that I be on a platform where I have a better chance of actually getting in front of my ideal client.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I say as far as coaches. So if you're a coach, I definitely recommend, and we always, as a coach, you always recommend the platform that you use in order to grow your business. So I always say, if you feel like you want to do videos and you want to actually, demonstrate your expertise through video, I highly recommend for coaches to have a YouTube channel in order to be able to do that.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. That's good stuff. How about yourself, Christian? Because I know, based upon your business, I'm sure that you utilize YouTube as well as a tool to get out to the masses.
Yeah, so I do have a YouTube channel where I do upload stuff on it. I'm not as consistent with it, but I do agree. I don't see your name, I'm sorry, but I do agree
Keisha.
With Keisha as far as the YouTube. YouTube is something that you can leverage because everybody is searching for how-to videos on YouTube just in general. My avenue is more so Instagram. I have certain videos that are up on YouTube just to kind of guide and send to. So when people come to me, they have that format or that upfront visual of what they'll necessarily be learning before actually enrolling into a course of mine. So I definitely do agree with Keisha. Yeah.
So you use YouTube almost like a how-to in terms of your videos based upon the packages that you actually selling?
Sort of, kind of. So I have more an overview on there, so people can kind of see just what they'll necessarily be doing in general. It's I want to say I probably have 10 videos up there, and I just recycle them. So whenever somebody comes to me, they get sent those videos, so that way they understand okay, this is what's going on before you actually enroll, so that way you're not coming in completely blind.
Okay. All right. That's a good way to look at it. How about yourself, Clinton? How do you utilize YouTube for your business? You on mute?
I forgot I'm muted. I feel that anyone, Black people specifically, that are looking to be information entrepreneurs, these are entrepreneurs that's making money off of giving information, which is probably the 9th wonder of the world right now as far as helping people make money without the degrees and certifications and all those things, just being able to connect directly with your potential consumer. YouTube is the place you want to be. I've actually put a lot of my energy in the last 3 months into building my YouTube channel called A Black Men's Health. The reason why I know YouTube is a better long-term platform than Instagram, Facebook, Clubhouse, or even Facebook's audio that's coming out is because when you put content on YouTube, a customer can still find this. A potential person can still find this video 3 years from now, 4 years from now, and it'll be like you made it yesterday.
That's what Keisha was saying.
One thing about Instagram and Facebook, you got to constantly keep feeding the machine. And that information is going to be only relevant to the fan base that you build or people that's actually searching for you. And it's very difficult to build an audience there because those platforms aren't really set up for that. This is why it's important to have your lead magnets and ways so that you can get people onto your email list. But that's another story. But when you're on YouTube, you can put out content today, like I said, that can be like Miss Keisha was saying earlier, or Mrs., I don't want to say that wrong, that someone is going to purchase from you that you've never even talked about. And YouTube is more searchable based. So when people are searching for things, even when they search inside Google, if they click that video tab up there, your YouTube videos can come up there. And since YouTube and Google are the same, you're going to get a higher preference than as if you have something on Facebook or Instagram. So I believe if you're really trying to build an audience, and this is what a lot of people miss when they're trying to build a business. Let me just say this real quick. There's a difference between having a business and income streams. A lot of times people think because they have an idea, a service, a product, and once they just start putting it out there that they now have a business. Technically, that's not what a business is according to the definition. You got to have consistent, dependable streams of income that can potentially employ other people. And you can't have consistent streams of income without an audience. So if you're going to be focusing on something as a new business owner, the first thing and the most important thing besides your product that you should be focusing on is building that audience. And YouTube is a place to actually build your audience where you can make money even if you're not making videos, if you have the right content. So, yeah. YouTube.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I'm not saying don't leverage those other platforms, but you want to leverage those platforms to get them. Even YouTube, you want to get them to your own platform, which is your mailing list. But that's another story.
No. We gonna touch on that. It ain't gonna go too far. Don't push it too far away, Clinton. we gonna come back to that because at the end of the day, that's really what it's about, right? Yeah. Acquisition, customer acquisition, right? I mean, that's why we're doing everything that we're doing. How about yourself, Veney?
Well, I will definitely have to agree 100% with what the other coaches said. And I can tell you just based off of what they said, I realized that I'm leaving money on the table by not leveraging YouTube. As a leadership service-based company that me and my wife have, and only utilizing some of the tools that we have like Facebook and Instagram, and not utilizing the number 2 thing that's out there, as Keisha put it, we are definitely leaving money on the table. So tonight, although a coach, I'm here as a student 100%, to get the information that we need in order to take it to the next level.
Yeah. That's why we doing it with the coaches for that reason, because there's a lot of information out there, you guys, that you think that people know just because they're in business, right? But there's different levels to this, as you're seeing, with individuals who have, a quite bit of knowledge and experience with this one particular area. How about yourself, Ms. Nadira?
Yeah, I definitely would agree. Keisha recently did a YouTube challenge. I think it was like a month ago, and she gave out a lot of information about YouTube, which really helped me in my channel. Because I think when creating a YouTube channel, you need to still know it's better to start than to not start. Let me just say that it's better to start making videos. But sometimes what was my concern is not knowing what content to put. Do you put, because I see some YouTube channels and they have more than one content on their YouTube channel. So for me, because I am a coach, and I also have other different businesses that are aligned together with coaching. My concern was, how do I leverage YouTube to do all of them instead of having so many different YouTube channels for each particular thing? Because I do understand YouTube videos can be around forever. I'm still looking at YouTube videos from different types of topics that are years ago that I thought like, wow, I thought this is pertaining to me now. I didn't even realize this was 3 years ago. I have videos that I was just playing with. Just throwing stuff. I didn't know anything about how to, create YouTube videos that were like popping like I do now. But I still see the viewership changing from when I first did it to now, like a couple of years later. So I have learned that though I leverage Facebook, I do Facebook, and I do everything through YouTube. So even when I teach my courses through YouTube. And I funnel them through my websites and other areas because I understand, most importantly, I want that viewership. Because I know that, and when I increase that viewership, that eventually it'll get to the point to where I can start monetizing. So I've had to shift how I started to present my business. I was just using Facebook because Facebook, at the time was the most popular, outlet to actually do videos, especially with doing live. Now they're doing audio. So I didn't do a whole lot on Instagram, just really getting into TikTok. But I realized that even like Keisha and Clinton said, you still want to make sure that YouTube, because all the other platforms have changed in a lot of different ways. But YouTube, has been consistent.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Great stuff, man. I hope everybody's really paying attention to what's being said this evening. So I'm going to utilize myself as an example, right? And you know, maybe you guys can help me, right? So I do Facebook Lives on Sunday. So I did a Facebook Live this morning, and I talked about the importance of analyzing and then materializing, right? So, you know, sometimes we get that, you know, we analyze until we paralyze, and we don't make that shift to actually put ourselves in a position to start to do things so that thing that we're analyzing can materialize, right? So I've been doing that Facebook Live actually since like beginning of the year, like February. And what I do is I repurpose that, and then I take that and I have a YouTube channel, and I put that on YouTube, right? So in that particular case, because there might be a lot of people watching who kind of do the same thing, like what's your, you know, statement regarding something like that, where it's kind of really just talking to individuals about a particular subject and then repurposing it on YouTube versus just actually putting something on YouTube. Ms. Keisha?
Yeah, so I will say this. I actually love live streaming. And so what I would recommend, if you have a consistent thing that you're doing, so you're already doing something on Sundays, I use StreamYard, and I will stream in multiple places. But what I focus on doing, because I know YouTube is for longevity for me, is that my title, I will make the title is going to be search friendly, right? So I'm going to be thinking about, you know, what is my ideal person going to YouTube, not Facebook, right? Because it's like you said, with Facebook, with the algorithm and all that, I don't have time, right? So I'm going to do and I did this a couple of days ago, where I did like a free Amazon class. You guys, and literally like I just streamed I went to StreamYard, I streamed on YouTube, and I streamed on like Facebook, and like sold a course right from the stream.
Wow.
Right from the stream, $5,000 a day, just, you know, live. No slides, none of that, right? Because I've been so consistent with the audience that they'll trust me to like go, and I'll say like, hey, there's like, so you could sign up coaching clients, right from YouTube, right? Or you can book calls, or you can say, hey, you guys, I'm opening my calendar, I got 5 calls next week, and go to my calendar, right? And focus your efforts. I personally would say, so analyze. So your title of, you know, what was it, like analyze?
Analyze, and materialize. Those are the 2 things that I spoke about.
Right. So, but, and here's the thing I will say to all coaches, you have to think about how do they describe the problem? Because see, you're going to say analyze and, you know, and
materialize.
Right. But does your ideal person actually, is that what they're saying? Like, you know what? I need to analyze to materialize. So think about Veney, you know, and I think it's Veney. I don't want to say Thomas. Okay. When you go to do your video content, think about that. How is my ideal person describing this problem? So are they saying, you know, I am how to stop over analyzing? You see what I'm saying? Like they're gonna say, like, how do I stop, you know, over analyzing my sales numbers, or whatever your focus is, or how do I stop? You know, that's what they're gonna be saying, and they're gonna be searching, because remember, it's a search engine, so they're gonna do the search, and they're gonna type it in, and you got to be thinking like, okay, how are they gonna type this in, and not how I want to say it, because it's, you know, it makes sense to me, right? Because see, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what that means. I'm like, you know, but you know what it means. But I want you to think about, because when you start doing your video content, that's what you want to say. They're looking, and when you go to like, I use a software called TubeBuddy, right? Okay. So when I go to TubeBuddy, I want to type in what my ideal person is typing into the search engine. So they'll let me know, yes, that's a good search topic. There's this many videos that are using, you know, that particular search topic. And so then I can know, am I going to just fall to the bottom of the ocean on YouTube? Because there's like millions of videos already created around that search topic, right?
Yeah.
All that matters. Okay.
Yeah. So does TubeBuddy convert whatever word or terminology you put in there to what people are searching for?
No. So when you go to TubeBuddy, they have this thing called Keyword Explorer.
Gotcha.
Okay. And so when you go to Keyword Explorer, what you do is you'll type in how to make money on the Facebook Marketplace, right? Or something like, you see what I'm saying? So I want to go there and type it in how the person who's searching, how they would type it in. TubeBuddy's going to tell me that's a good search term or it's poor. It's too competitive, right? It's going to give me some feedback so that I'm not creating videos because there's a lot of content that's being uploaded to YouTube. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people uploading content every day, every minute, every second. So if you go after a search term that, is like, I was talking to a client the other day. She did a video. It had 197 million videos.
Ooh.
I was like, and so when I saw it, I like text her. I said, what is this keyword? Like, show me the numbers. Like, I want to see the numbers. And so we jumped on Zoom and stuff, and I was able to show her. I was like, sweetie, there's 197 million videos already being created with this term. So there's no point in you now falling to the bottom of the ocean on this term. You see what I'm saying? So that's keyword research. Keyword research is definitely important because you want to do videos first that people are looking for. That's first and foremost. Do videos people are looking for, and then make sure you're not in a super competitive keyword search.
Wow. Okay. How about yourself, Clinton? Based upon
as far as based on your question, what I would say is that when you are doing your lives, when we're actually putting content on different platforms, we kind of want to make that content compatible with the platform, or at least when we're saying it. So it's different wordings that you're going to say when you're putting something on Instagram. It's different things you're doing when you're talking to your people on Facebook, as opposed to when you're talking to people on YouTube or LinkedIn. Now, if you're trying to make them cross compatible, when you're going live inside your Facebook, I would suggest that you put the question and answering towards the end. So potentially you can have clean value delivering content to when you put this on your YouTube channel, because what we think is important and how we decide to deliver it for ourselves might not be the same that our audience wants, especially on YouTube. You got to grab them and hold them quick. You got to get their attention. You got to solve a problem. You can't say, hey, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do this and wait till the end. That used to work. Now you got to come in, hey, here's the problem. Here's how to fix it. But if you want to know more, watch this, and I'm going to give you 5 more steps. Wait till the end. I'm going to open it up for question and answering. So this is when you're trying to put this on another platform. When we're on Facebook, we're trying to come in, hey, welcome everybody, say hello, and all these things that might take you 5 minutes to get into people on your YouTube channel. When you go to look at your YouTube analytics, if you got a 15-minute video and you get 5 people, if you get people to watch it for 5 minutes, technically you've done good. But if you don't even get them to last that long, you're going to have people dropping out within 30 seconds, which is going to drop your retention rate. And it's potentially going to put it lower on the YouTube shelf for you to get found faster. So I would think about, well, I'm going to repurpose this live. So when you come in, kind of merge the 2 platforms, come in, delivering the value. The title that you might use on Facebook, of course, is going to more than likely be different than the title that you're going to use on Instagram. So you're going to want to, how to stop procrastinating in your business or something like that, because that's what analysis paralysis kind of does when people overanalyze. So you want to, and procrastination, everybody feels, well, the studies say everybody has a problem with that, even the greats to their level of, the problem that you have. So you want to repurpose that title. You don't want the same title you want on Facebook. Repurpose that title on Instagram. And very important on Instagram is that description. The first 2 to 3 lines in your description has to speak to your audience, has to potentially speak to the problem that you're going to solve, and then keyword it throughout. And that has set that video up potentially to be resurfaced again or refurbished content. So that's what I would think. Don't just, because when you do lazy in your business, and expect not lazy results. You know, I always tell my clients, you can't put in C- effort and expect an A. You know, so if you got to put it in. You can't say, oh, I did this live here, let me just go pop it on Instagram. You potentially can, but if you want to increase your chances of monetizing this, you want to follow best practices. So simple steps, I would say, to have YouTube in mind when you're doing your live. Make the title searchable, right? And the first 3 lines inside your description, make sure that it's solving the problem, because that's what's kind of going to show when it shows up. And I would put like probably 3 hashtags. You can put the hashtags anywhere on YouTube, and YouTube will bring it up to the top on your title, and just go from there. The worst thing you can do, though, is to not be putting that content on YouTube. I have another channel that has about almost 4,000 subscribers, but I ditched that one because it was when I was learning about marketing and everything. So the audience kind of died. But I put a video on there, simple. I just thought of just throwing something there, how to properly use an elliptical. You know, that video got almost 90,000 views.
Wow.
And I was kind of embarrassed of it. I just never even looked at it. One day I looked, you know, so the worst thing you can do is not put it out there, because you never know.
All right. Wow, that's great information. Great information. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back. We're going to dig a little bit deeper on this YouTube. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves, because this is definitely getting deep.
I've done some terrible things in my life.
Some of them I chose to do.
And I own these choices.
But others, I just feel like I was swept up in a series of circumstances that didn't involve my will.
They just sort of happened to me.
I've become the culmination of those choices and circumstances.
So I guess I just need to say it.
I really need some help.
Hello, I'm Tracy Harris, and I help women in positions of leadership go from stalling to balling, taking back control of who they are so that they can create the lifestyle they desire. For more information, go to www.tracylharris.com.
Hi, I'm Sherman Q. Harrison, herbal naturopath. I help release individuals from a state of toxicity into natural wellness so they are able to go from feeling to healing. Book a call with me today at www.healbynature.org.
Hello, my name is Thomas Taylor III. I'm a visionary coach. I help business leaders align their dreams with their destiny so they can build a lasting legacy. So if that's you, you can reach out to me via Instagram at Thomas Taylor III, or you can follow me on YouTube at Thomas Taylor III, that's Taylor Your Dreams. That's Thomas Taylor III, that's Taylor Your Dreams. Until then, go out there and make it a great day.
I'm Craven, and I am confidence coach. I empower female entrepreneurs find fulfillment by awakening their confidence. Find me at I am Kayla Craven on Instagram. Let's unleash your confidence.
I'm Nadira Lewis, author, life, and business coach, and founder of the Becoming a Woman of Proverbs Wisdom Academy. I help women take their life experiences and turn them into life lessons. I also believe that just like hurt people, transform people can transform people too. Make sure you book a call with me at www.womanofproverbscoaching.com, and I'll see you on the other side of victory.
IBG Careers is looking for customer service representatives needed to service their customers from home. If you're interested, please apply at www.ibgcareers.com.
Let's work. Yo, it's go time, showtime, never backing down time. One shot, yo, make it count, yo. Crunch time, shine time, make this moment my time.
Running a successful business does not have to be hard. It just takes the right tools, mindset, and implementation of the things that you've learned in order to be able to communicate it effectively to the marketplace. Join me and so many others in the Becoming a Woman of Proverbs Wisdom Academy as I share with you through different classes that I host every week on on what things you need to know in order to make your business thrive in the marketplace. So make sure you click the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.
All right, and we are back here with Dinner with the Coaches with our special guest, YouTube expert Keyshawn Lashaun, Clinton McCoy, Veney Cochran, Christian, Bryant, and Thomas of all, yes, visionary coach.
Man, I hope everybody's enjoying this.
Oh man, awesome. I am. I think too, one of the things that I think that each of Keisha and Clinton are saying, which is important, is having not just only just creating YouTube, but having the right tools. My question I wanted to ask to Keisha is, how do you know the vidIQ? vidIQ is something that YouTube, most YouTubers use to be able to highlight certain keywords to be able to get to the top of the YouTube page. Talk to us about how important vidIQ is with YouTube. And is it something, because there's a basic version and there's a paid version. Talk to us a little bit about vidIQ and how that affects your YouTube channel.
Cool. So I actually don't use vidIQ. I have it as well. I more so use TubeBuddy than I do. And I think it's a preference, right? I think I just started with TubeBuddy. So it was kind of like when you start with something, you just you get used to it. There may be something else that's better for you to use, but you're just kind of, you're used to what you're used to. But the same thing applies, it's software that helps you with keyword research. And they honestly have the same features. It's a little bit different, but the Keyword Explorer is what I was talking about earlier on TubeBuddy, where you go in, you put this keyword that the video you're considering to do, put your keyword in first. And what I always say is, hey, research before you record. So don't wait till you record the video. And then now you want to go backwards and now see, is anyone looking for that? What's the search, competition on that particular keyword and stuff? Do that information up beforehand. And if you guys don't have any tools, then, you can kind of decide, check out vidIQ. They do have like trials and free versions and stuff like that. Check out TubeBuddy, see which one you like the best. I just kind of, lean towards TubeBuddy because I've been using it for so long. My team knows how to use it and stuff. And so the change and now use vidIQ is a little bit different. There is some cool things as well in vidIQ, like looking at your video and other videos. I can't remember all of it, but they do have some other cool features that they did have. So sometimes you end up with both of them, right? So I do have both of them as well, but I will have to be honest and say I use, TubeBuddy much more. Now, my thing as well, you guys, even if you don't have TubeBuddy or you don't have vidIQ or any of these things, YouTube itself is a search engine. So like if you just go to the search in YouTube and start typing in like how to overcome procrastination, we can keep going on with the example, how to overcome, you're going to start seeing YouTube is going to feed to you what people are looking for, how to overcome, this. And you'll see like more things to do videos on than you probably have time. And then I recommend if you're just going to use the YouTube search to have some software called Keywords Everywhere. Right? So Keywords Everywhere, what it will do is like, even if you don't have, like I said, if you don't have TubeBuddy, you don't have vidIQ or any of that, and there's so many others that come out. And there's another one that I really like as well, but I don't use it as much. But Keywords Everywhere, when you go to the YouTube search, you type in a keyword, it'll tell you the search, how many people are searching for that, right? So I know Christian, I think is a day trader, right? And so before you go and do a video about, day trading, you can go and find out, okay, how many people are searching how to do day trading, right? How to stop losing, with day trading. You can see how many people are searching for that. And so I always tell my clients, if nobody's searching for it, don't try to be the Lone Ranger here. Don't try to go and, create, just go and do videos on what people have already said that they're looking for, and YouTube definitely will let you know all about that. So yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Veney, you have something to say? Want to add to that?
Yeah, and again, I just want to, I guess, echo, all this amazing knowledge that they are dropping. Again, I've got a YouTube channel, but it's something where I've just thrown some videos up there. Again, not really understanding how to capitalize on it, but one of the things that I'm picking up from what they're saying is definitely know what you're going to do before you do it. Mm-hmm. Be consistent all the way around the board of what you're putting out there. Now, I think as Clinton mentioned, you want to say things a little bit different on each platform, but I think you also need to make sure that all of those things are still tying back to the original message that you want. With I think YouTube, being that key thing that you want everybody to try to tie into, because I believe that's where it's going to be the most lucrative, if not initially in terms of income, it's going to be at least lucrative in terms of getting your information out there. And I think at the end of the day, that's really what's most important, is getting your content out there and making sure that it's, as Keisha said, it's content that people are already looking for. So those are some of my key takeaways from what obviously these amazing individuals are already doing.
Yeah. Great information. Let's go one level deeper. And this is kind of geared to you, Miss Keisha. You said a couple key things in our earlier segment, that you sold some programs. Just one day you got on StreamYard and made, $5,000, right? So that's pretty amazing. It may sound like a drop in the bucket for yourself based upon the phenomenal things that you're doing. But can you drill down a little bit deeper for business owners and as well coaches that's on the call, that's also listening? What was your process in selling those programs on YouTube? Because that's a little bit different, right? Obviously you have experience, you have the know-how. You talked about you have a team. So can you give us a couple of nuggets on what does that look like? Like Ms. Keisha goes on and she's actually just talking to individuals, probably on some how-tos, but you're actually selling a program.
That's a good question.
Well, I figure what you give away, you keep, right? So for me, and my process is I'm very intuitive. Okay. So that's something that I really move by a lot of inspiration, right? What am I inspired to do?
Amen.
My mission, my purpose for being in the earth realm is to help women get paid on purpose. All right. So honestly, I had kind of been having a conversation with God, and this is kind of how I do things. And it was like, it's disrespectful that you know how to do something and you're just unwilling to like really share that and offer people the opportunity to purchase information from you. So I have to so to give you guys some, kind of some of that. And
say that one more time, Ms. Keisha, a little slower. So you try to run past that one. That's very important. Say that one more time, a little slower.
So I believe this. It is disrespectful for you to know how to do something that's, that can change someone else's life, and you do not give them the opportunity to purchase that knowledge from you. So okay. So this is why, one of my coaches, he always says, Keisha, the people who can't buy can't charge. So you have to, as a coach, it is a disrespectful, it's a violation of the law for you to go on YouTube or any platforms, Instagram, I don't care where you are, Facebook. It's a violation of the law of sowing and reaping for you to go on these platforms to share, and from your soul, right? I mean, and not give people the opportunity to invest in themselves and pay you. So with that being said, when I show up, when I go live, I'm going to my intention is to definitely give the most value that I possibly can. But I'm also going to not rob you of a blessing or whatever you want to call it, right? I'm not going to rob you by not inviting you to an opportunity to invest in yourself and purchase and get access to what I know.
Powerful.
Wow.
Okay. So I went on YouTube that day. I was like, Keisha, teach them the process, because people, I don't have a mindset where it's like, oh my goodness, if I teach people how to do this thing, then they're not going to buy from me. I gotta, I gotta hold back, all these pieces. And so I don't really restrict myself like that. And that day I was like, you know what, let's just teach them how to do it, right? We're going to go live. Let's teach them how to do the process. And then, you know what, there are going to be some that are going to say, I want to learn from you. And that's exactly what happened. And I already had the link ready, and I knew where they could go to purchase and everything. And you guys, let me be honest with you all. I didn't even, I have a website, like I have a place where I have my courses and things like that. But I didn't even have like all the content inside of this platform just yet. But I did know what the step number 1 was, right? I knew, okay, these clients, this is what they need to do first. Right. And I knew that it was going to take them some time to do that one step. And so I had it mapped out. Okay. So I'm not saying, you'll have a clue about what
you spaced it out.
Yeah. But I knew, like, even like the, day trading here, right? I actually trade Forex. There's your students, they're going to have to set up an account first, right? They got to set up their Forex account, and it's like things that you probably could teach them and feed, because what's up? People go in there and they start looking at everything, and then they be all confused and overwhelmed, and they do nothing, right? So it's kind of good if you can just feed them the information a little bit at a time. And so that's kind of how I move. And so everybody's business is, of course, different. Some of you guys are doing leadership, and there's different things. But have an intention when you go to hit that button and hit record. Then what is the intention? What do I want the viewer to do? When they, whether I'm live or whether it's a pre-recorded video, I know what I want to have happen. I set an intention before I hit record. I'm going to do video keyword research, all that kind of stuff. But I also have a belief system that regardless of all this stuff, you guys, I am going to get into the algorithm or the news feed of the person who is designed to work with me, who has been called and is commissioned to work with me from the beginning of time. And so there's nothing that's going to be able to stop them from getting to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. That's great information. I know that's just the tip of the iceberg. You know what I mean? Like, there's a whole lot underneath the ocean, everybody. That's just a little top part of it. But that's awesome. How about yourself, Clinton, based upon what Ms. Keisha just stated? You're mute.
I know what she was saying. Could you repeat what your initial question was?
She talked about she just got on StreamYard, and she sold some programs that day for about $5,000. For her, I said that was a drop in the bucket. So I said, in terms of you have business owners and coaches, can you talk about that process of selling products on YouTube versus just doing a video? Okay.
Well, when it comes to the process of selling, this is what I will tell everybody. So this is where I approach it from. So I have a marketing and media agency. I know that marketing is the key. I say marketing is the root and sales is the fruit. If you want to consistently get to a point of selling, you have to understand your market and what they want. So even when you're putting something out there, it should be very targeted to solve a problem for a specific person or type of people. So even when we were talking about using vidIQ, the other tools that she was talking about.
Yeah, TubeBuddy.
I used to use those, but those are just tools. You put a hammer in the hand of a baby, he can hurt himself. You put a hammer in the hands of a skilled craftsman, they can build a house, right? Those tools are not going to do you well if you don't understand marketing. Once you understand your market and who you're talking to, like Ms. Keisha knows that she probably even don't really have to use those tools a lot because she understands who she's talking to, what type of questions they're going to want, they're going to ask, what type of problems they're going to have, how to speak to them. Because I want to just say this one thing about marketing, even when you're using it for your YouTube or selling any part of your business, Nowadays, just knowing the demographics is not enough. Just knowing their age, race, sex, sexual identification, because they're not always the same thing in 2021. Where they stay at and how much they make, they're not. That's not enough, because you can know this information and be talking Biden talk to Trump people.
Yeah.
You know, Christian talk to atheists. You
oil
know,
and water
talk to meat lovers. You know, you're going to miss them, even if you know their age, race, sex, sexual identification, how much they make, and where they live. So you got to get into the psychographics. If you're trying to build on these social media platforms and you are doing it without truly trying to understand your audience, one of the things Ms. Keisha was talking about is doing the work. You got to be willing to do the deep dive if you're willing to catch the big fish, or consistently catch fish. And this is what people are not willing to do. They're going to come on here. They want to hope they're going to hear some quick tips on how to get on YouTube, put out some videos. Listen, you don't need good cameras. You don't even have to do all this stuff that the top people do to make it. You know, I just want to let people know, before you use any of these tools, when you're even starting to try to sell, your selling is going to be 100% harder if you don't understand your market. When you understand who you're talking to and you can get their attention and you can get them to know, like, and trust you, like Ms. Keisha was talking about, them people trusted her. That's why she was able to, that's potentially why she was able to sell the $5,000 product. You know, try selling. I help people create courses, build courses, and sell them. Try selling a $47 course. It could be the most amazing course to somebody that doesn't know, like, or trust you. And watch how down you feel on your product. You're like, man, I didn't do good enough. But it wasn't that. We didn't follow the processes. So before we start getting into these tools, we got to take steps back and learn our audience, learn what problem that they want, how to show them that we're the trusted one that can help them get a transformation. And you are definitely doing a disservice to someone if you are showing up and not offering the transformation and then not putting a price tag on that. Because you can have people that pay $1 for a training and $10,000 for the training. The $1 people, 99%, they're not going to do anything with it. The $10,000 people are going to be the ones. So you got to have a price tag. Even if that price is free, well, it's not free. It's for their email address that leads them somewhere. So that's what I will tell anyone. When you're getting on here and you're looking to sell, first of all, our passion and our purpose and our prosperity, we have been lied to if you want to still believe that these cannot be the same thing. You know, so there's nothing wrong with putting in your ask. And if you're on these social media platforms, you need to be asking, because they're using you. Instagram doesn't love you. YouTube doesn't love you. Facebook doesn't love you. Clubhouse doesn't love you. If you're constantly putting out content for just digital views, you're doing a disservice for yourself, or you're doing a disservice for the people that actually need your help. So, but you got to figure out who these people are. So I hope that kind of answered that, how to sell, because when your marketing is good, people will be asking you, where do I buy it? If your marketing is bad, you won't be able to sell it. That's the same thing in relationship. Constantly ended up in a bad relationship. Your marketing is not good. You don't have the right product. You're not talking to the right people, or both of them.
Your vocabulary is off, Clinton. Your vocabulary is off.
I'm not saying that it's bad. It just don't match.
But let me ask you a question though, and this goes back to what Keisha was saying. Do you give a price for that product right there, Keisha, or do you take them somewhere else where you tell them what that price is?
Okay,
it depends. Are you asking me or Miss Keisha?
Miss Keisha, then you could go right after her.
Okay,
well,
go
and I
ahead.
wanted to kind of piggyback on what Clinton was saying.
What, the relationship part or the YouTube part?
well, let me answer this one point, and then Miss Keisha can piggyback and finish into the point. So there's a couple things about charging and not charging. One, when you talk your price, you are pre-qualifying people. You'll if you tell them, look, and this is $3,000, then the $200 people, they're not going to waste your time trying to get on a call, suck information out of you. And when you love giving, you can tell people this is going to be a 15-minute discovery call, but unless you're really disciplined, it's going to be 30, 40 minutes because you're pouring. So then they end up, I don't want to say wasting your time because we don't know what waste is in the big scheme of things. Right? We're just going to call it wasting your time. So you pre-qualify them with the price point. But if you're running an ad, and first of all, if you're running an ad, you shouldn't be charging a price because you're going to have a potentially low conversion rate. You're running an ad, you run it to free. The best way to get people into your funnel and your nurturing system, I would say get them in for free. Sometimes the thing about the price is when you disqualify people, you don't get to know who those people are. So if you make a way where they have to click to sign up to give you an email address to find out, you could potentially have them in a nurturing sequence that gets them to know, like, and trust you enough to spend. Because somebody say they don't have $3,000, people spend $3,000 in 2 months on things that, one, probably they know is not good for them. Two, they probably can't even remember, and three, they just spend it on just crazy stuff. We got so many man-made holidays that people sign up for that they don't even believe in, and they spend a lot of money. So we can't count people's pockets. But that's the two simplest ways. And I'm going to let Ms. Keisha jump in. When you charge, you pre-qualify. But the drawback on that is you don't know who was interested if you charge. So you just got to do both.
Gotcha. Makes sense. No, makes sense. No, great answer. Great answer, Clayton. Great answer.
Really good answer. And I definitely would agree. I did want to say this, Thomas, to
yes, ma'am.
As well, because Clinton mentioned this about know, like, trust. Okay. So let me say this. My audience is very warm to me.
Okay.
And that matters. So they know me, they like me, and they like me. So that is important for me to be able to go live, sell a product live, is because I've been on, I sometimes I do like a daily video, right? So they're super warm. The folks who bought, I know the people who bought, right? They're super warm to me. So that is important for me to be able to say, because I don't like to make anybody think like, oh yeah, you just wake up one morning and just go to
yeah. Ooh, just like that.
Yeah, so consistency is definitely I've been consistent
Amen.
on the internet in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can go and Google me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been consistent on the internet for years. So when I make an offer, then people buy, because they know me, like me, and trust me, right? So that's important to be able to say, and for you all to know. So that's why your consistency is important in picking a platform, being consistent. Even if you do, like I see now, where people do like the live shows on YouTube, right? Where it's like a weekly show where you show up, and some people they answer questions or they have like, a live show or whatever. Pick something where you can be consistent so people they know they can count on you, right? Most people know, like, okay, Keisha, I've been releasing products and doing this for so many years. Then they already know, they know the experience, they know kind of what they're going to get from me. They know I'm going to over deliver, and all of that. So I think that definitely matters when you're talking about selling from just a live video, just like that. I recommend, especially if you're brand new, build your email list, right? I just got a message from Instagram, right? They want me to do a video selfie, right? So I can knock it out tomorrow. And then like 15,000 people on Instagram. I don't have a way, you know what I'm saying? So I can't make that be my home, because anytime it's free for you, you are the product.
It's just that simple.
Locks me out. Facebook used to lock me out every week. They would, say you need to send, do these videos and do all that and stuff. So that's why, definitely build your email list. And then, that I sent my video as well. I send the videos to my email list as well, and give those folks who weren't maybe on the live stream an opportunity to buy as well. So I kind of hit them from different ways. If I'm running ads, definitely, like Clinton said, it's going to be something for free that I'm going to be, capturing their email address. And I was honestly, before we got on here, just thinking about, okay, what did I want to give away? Because I'm building up a new audience of folks. And I'm thinking like, okay, so what I want to give away, and on my next live stream, because I live stream on Monday through Friday, what am I going to build my email list? What am I going to give away? You know, to get folks on the email list. And then I'm going to make an offer as, 7 days in or something like that, right? An offer for them to come and work with me. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know if I answered your question. I kind of
no, it's good. It's good. It was Clinton made it a 2-part answer.
I love the direct answers. I love that the responses are clear and direct and practical. You're not like it's not like, it's one thing when you ask a question and you kind of get the fluff. It's like they're very clear, accurate, and actionable advice. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuance to what they say, the devil is in the details. There's a lot of nuance to when people want to build an audience, build a business, entangle with this social media stuff. You hear people throw around words like algorithm. These are billion-dollar companies with super smart people doing stuff so you can't figure it out. The person that tells you that they figured it out, first of all, if they say it live enough times, it's going to catch them and things are going to potentially change. But it's normally not the algorithm. It's people not following the processes that aligns to the results that they are looking for. So a lot of times people want one answer or they want one thing, but in actual, it might be 20. And that's the short list. I always tell people there's 2 paths to success, the short path and the long path. Ironically enough, the long path have all the shortcuts, tricks, tips, hacks, and all of it. The short path is the right process that you need to follow to increase the likelihood of you getting the results that you want. So there's a lot of nuances. Like, I mean, Ms. Keisha could probably tell you right now, we're saying small chunks that can really be, there's a lot of devil in the details, but at the end of the day, get started. And know your why. The reason why some people are Instagram because that's what they think is that's the popular thing, because that's what their friends are at. But understand what you're trying to do. It doesn't matter how many views and like you got if conversion from a prospect from a lead to a consistent client is your goals. It don't matter if you get 1 million, you did not hit your goals. So you need to understand what it is that you want to do. YouTube, I want to build a long-term, profitable business that allows me to make money from information. Okay, so you got to follow processes that's going to allow you to build long-term, given information, which is going to have to be valuable, right, on a certain platform. You're not going to be like, oh, you know what, I'm just going to do a bunch of TikToks or 30-second reels because that's what's popping. Oh, look how many views I got. How many customers did you get? Now, if views are your goal, I get it. Do that. If hand claps, won't he do it? Amen. If that's your goal, do that. But this one got to be clear. Just like writing books. If you're writing a book to heal, it's probably going to help you heal. But it might not.
Come on, somebody.
That's the point. If you are, you have to know your why, even on these platforms. So, like Miss Keisha was talking about leaving a freebie. I got a couple freebies. How to stop attracting low-paying and headache clients. Lead you right down the list on marketing to a course, to academy that I have with 5 or 6 different courses inside of it that you get access to. I have another freebie leads to how to build your audience understanding 9 psychological triggers. Some that I took from Covey, some of these other books, and they said 7. I made 9. I made 10 because some of them overlap. But I didn't offer those because my thing right now is I'm trying to build a Black Men's Health YouTube channel. It's titled A Black Men because I'm doing a parody off of the Men's Health magazine, which has pepper shakes of us in there.
Yeah, just a tad bit.
And women's, and most of them are salt and peppery. No shade, I'm just saying. But that's a tag. So when people start looking men's health, hopefully that comes up. But really, it's about the Black unit. Mental, physical, financial health from a Black man's perspective.
Amen.
The content is seasonal targeting. So I have personal development, which is my wheelhouse. I do this marketing stuff, but my wheelhouse is personal development, how to overcome obstacles. Nadira's known me for a while. I probably rank high on the overcoming obstacular list. I know that's probably not a word, but I do that.
It is tonight.
So there's the personal development. Now there's the health and wellness, and then there's the mental health. But I know coming into November, December, January, February, March, potentially parts of April, that's where people are going to be searching for things to do, goals and health. So the primary part, I put up a bunch of videos, but primary focus right now is teaching people how to, teaching Black, success-minded Black people how to lose weight. Not weight, how to lose fat, because weight loss, fat loss, and body recomposition are not the same thing, right? And I wanted to know that a lot of the reasons that we are where we're at is not our fault. Remember the pyramid triangle that we had in the 70s? Eat a bunch of carbs, eat a bunch of fruits.
Yeah.
All of that is just, I don't want to get deep into that about the channel, but I just want to say is that I'm targeting it for the season of what's coming. When people are in the goal achievement, I'll have a slight switch to the personal development part. So that's my other channel. You got to type in a Black Men's Health.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Type in my other channel. So I don't even, so this is like my marketing stuff. I do this, but so I do different things. I do interviews with people. So this is one where this guy does taxes, and he did I interviewed him, and he did something telling people how to credit, how to establish their business credit. But I'm building this channel because I just this is a passion project for me. I do the marketing, I do the photography and stuff like that, but believe it or not, this is not even my passion. You know what I mean? And I got stuff like it. So I'm trying to draw people here. One, what we were talking about earlier, the content that I get as I go to the Dr. Eckbergs and all these people that got millions of views, but they're saying scientific stuff about how to actually do it, intermittent fasting, what ways to eat good, what forms of exercise are good. But I'm breaking this down to as layman as I can get it. And I'm invested in this. So like we said, you can have your lead magnets, have whatever you want, but know what your reasons for doing what you're doing, stay the course. They tell you on YouTube, don't expect a lot until you have 50 videos. Now it's potentially possible you could go viral with one, but that's not going to build you an audience, right? You can do good with 30, but the reason they tell you to do 50, because if you don't know what you're doing, by the time you get to 50, you'll know your lighting better. You'll know your market better. You'll know what you want to say better. You'll be more confident when you actually show up on there. And then it also gives you the time to be what Ms. Keisha was saying, is consistent.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, because I experienced that because I labeled my Facebook videos, and I labeled it was my 50th video, and it kind of took my breath away because I had to kind of actually enjoy that moment. You know what I mean? I started in February, but my 50th video to something that I really had no reason to do, but my coach challenged us to go live. Now 50 videos later, I'm helping a lot of different people overcome a lot of different things. So yeah, that's an interesting number, because that number was significant to me because it made me stop, because I'm different. I get a lot of comments, I'm a little bit more poised, a little bit more professional, a little bit more confident, you know what I mean? So that's definitely a fact.
And that's good, because that's commitment. It's hard to expect what we're not willing to do. We want a committed audience, but we want to be all over the place. We want an audience that really wants to support us, but like you say, we want to put in C+ effort.
It doesn't work.
This one we want to turn it to God, though. That's what we want. You know what? I'm just
that's an excuse. I'm like Miss Keisha, I move by the Spirit. Like the Spirit don't tell me, I don't move. You know what I mean? But hey, you guys, it's almost quarter after. Are you guys willing to have a part 2?
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
Are you guys willing to have a part 2? Because we can go on and on. And this is the reason why I like this, because it's practical information. Right. And Nadira always talks about that. It's practical, step-by-step information, right? It's not the golden key or the golden nugget, because like Clinton said, like Ms. Keisha said, there's work involved. But these are just tools. But the most important thing to me that I'm hearing tonight, you guys, is a difference in philosophy. Because a lot of people do good things, but our philosophy is off about what we do. Kind of like what Vinny was saying. Vinny has a whole, university pretty much, swag organization, but he's missing that one aspect, YouTube, right? Not that he has to change what he's doing. It's just a philosophy of what you guys talked about on how to do it. He has the tools. He has the tools, but these things that we're talking about, I think, is a different ideology, a different way to view things, especially for things that are every day they're in our face. YouTube, IG, Google, like every single day. So the information that you guys are giving is invaluable. But I'm committed. If you guys are committed to a part two.
Hey, they had a YouTube guy that worked from nothing. People used to laugh at, was able to fight Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, yeah. He was a YouTube blogger. Yeah, sure enough. Yeah, sure enough, man. That's real talk.
Look at
Yeah, that's real talk.
The possibilities. You made to cut out the middleman. You can cut out the gatekeepers.
Yeah, that's real talk.
Just with some consistency, understanding your audience, delivering some valuable content, and understanding your worth. Because if you don't understand your worth and charge your worth, first of all, it's going to be very difficult for you to be consistent long enough, because you're going to feel unappreciated, and it's not the fault of your audience.
Wow.
Because you're not charging your worth. Now, if you don't know your worth, then you got to talk to Coach Veney or somebody like that, so that you can, and I'm pretty sure Keisha got some of that in her wheelhouse, because, as women coaches, you got to have the mindset, the personal development part, because that keeps them coming back.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to personally say, and we could talk on the backstage, but I want to personally say, I feel like I've known you guys all my life, man. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I've known you guys for years, man. Yeah. I mean, the conversation, the energy is right. Like, the energy is right. You know what I mean? Clinton, you must be from up north, New Jersey, New York. Where you from? Philly?
Where you from? I'm a mutt. My dad was in the Marine. My dad was in the Marine Corps. So my dad was a Marine. I was born in California, grew up in a lot of different places till I was 15, thought I was ready to be grown, and left home. So yeah, I was expelled from school in the 9th grade, jails, drugs, gangs, all that good stuff. That's a different story.
Yeah, we're going to save that for part two.
Yeah, you've got too much testimony behind that.
Yeah. We're gonna make this good. We gonna make this good.
And I grew up in the South, so I used to have 4 gold teeth. Oh yeah, I used to have 4 gold teeth.
In Miami?
Yeah. In the 90s and permanent.
To this day.
Pull outs in the 90s.
I'm not gonna let you rest until I show it, right? I'm sorry.
To this day, people in Miami still got at least 1 gold tooth. They do.
Listen, everybody and their grandma used to have gold teeth. It wasn't until I left and started moving more up north. I'm in Atlanta now.
I'm in Atlanta as well.
Yeah, and I started seeing that, oh man, first of all, down south, most people black people had gold teeth and felonies or probation.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's 98, 97, 99.
That was like 2000.
2000. Okay. Yep.
But I'll tell people, don't let the smooth taste fool you.
You was just crossing over, Clint. You was just crossing over.
So now, look at that picture now. That's so. But yeah, it's a journey.
That's awesome. Awesome.
It's been. Oh, that was me when I was 29. So when people look and they might look at me, oh man, your genes are good. I'll tell you, bad habits will crush genes.
Yeah, for real.
See me when I was 29 with the long hair? Skinny, like 140 pounds. I thought I was fit looking too. Now I'm 49. So Oh, hey, that picture that was when I was my last bout with depression.
Wow.
So the picture doesn't actually say what it was. So that was my last bout. I kind of knew that's about around when I met you, the girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I had gold teeth then. It was just about to come out, but I started changing my life around. But who I was on the inside, I wasn't able to match my outside appearance with. So God had to go through a lesson of redefining myself. I went from 6 figures in the street to at that point right there. 3 years later, I was 36, and my first job was a minimum wage job at Kentucky Fried Chicken, making $7.25 an hour. Pushing a push lawnmower with 3 child supports.
All right, Clinton, say some of that. Say some of that. Say some of that.
She
say
just
hold
showed
it.
the picture, so I just wanted to give some back history to it.
Yeah. Shut that down, Nadira. You making my man go down memory lane.
But I needed those times.
Amen. It made you who you are. It made you who you are today.
Yeah. Who are we without things?
Yeah.
Who are we without other people acknowledgement of who we think we should be? Because when you start to tap into that, that's when you start to really unleash your power and your potential. But like we said, that's another.
Yeah, we're gonna when everybody's schedule permits, right? Just letting Nadira know we're gonna have the same panel right here because the energy was on fire.
Yes. So we thank everybody. We wanted to take some time to acknowledge all the comments from Bianca. Thank you so much for Bianca. She says yes, an infopreneur. Yes. She also said put your evergreen content on YouTube. Absolutely.
Where is this Bianca? I got to make sure she follows me. I was seeing her commenting in there.
Yeah, marketing sales is the fruit. She says she liked that. Yes. And Roy says, hello, everyone. Ray. Ray. Says hello.
And so those are all my peeps, you guys, my girls.
Oh, that's a girl. Well, I'm not like I'm coaching.
I don't own anybody. Okay, wait.
So follow me on the Black Men's Health.
This is extended community. This is extended family.
It shows the power, right? It shows the power.
I'm looking for you now on YouTube, Miss Keisha.
Yeah,
I was showing Keisha's page, and Keisha has 35,000. I underestimated. I said 15,000, but she actually has 35,000 subscribers. So
how do we spell that right?
Keysha. She put Keyshawn. Keyshawn. I am the key.
Unlock the lock. Oh my goodness.
I'm the key. I unlock many doors.
Oh my goodness.
Like that. So we want you guys to before we actually end the broadcast, we definitely want to discuss because I'm definitely really serious about this part 2 thing. So I want each of you to stay afterwards after we're done closing out the broadcast to debrief and go over what we're going to do with part 2. But before we actually end the broadcast, what Thomas and I usually do is allow each of us to talk about what we do and how we can reach out, how everybody, our audience or the listening audience out there can reach out to each of us, because you might be listening and you might have said, hey, wow, I need what Keisha has. I need to find out how can I get in contact with her? What programs does she have that can help me grow my YouTube channels? Or Clinton, I might need help with marketing. I may not know a whole lot. I just started a business. So we want you guys to each talk about exactly what you do and how you can help our listening audience. And we'll start at the bottom with Veney, and then we'll end with Keisha.
Hey guys, Veney Cochran here, and I am a transitional leadership coach. Do everything through my program SWAG, which stands for Succeeding with a Goal. And what we do is we help individuals find clarity, confidence, and the courage that they actually need to do the things they know they need to do to accomplish all of their desired goals and dreams. You can simply reach me on Facebook at Veney Cochran, Instagram, The Veney Cochran, or on my website, as it says on the screen, at theveneycochran.com.
Am I next?
Yeah, I think so, Clinton.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. My name is Clinton and McCoy. I'm the owner and operator of Diverse Styles Marketing Group. We are a marketing and media agency. We help Black, passion, and purpose-driven entrepreneurs amplify their brand and attract new and high-paying customers by building them an audience on a social media platform that's best for them. I am currently invested in building my platform, A Black Men's Health, on YouTube and Instagram. And I would like for people to follow me on the Instagram, but make sure that you sub me click on the video on YouTube, and even if you don't watch it, let it play all the way through to the end and keep my watch time up. But that's basically that's what we're trying to do. I want to show people how to be able to take their life and business to the next level.
My name is Christian Bryant. I pretty much teach everybody how to day trade within the markets and making consistent income. So you can find me on dailytradeswithchris.com. You can also find it on Facebook, Instagram as well. And even YouTube, you can find it on there as well. So that's what I pretty much do.
Go ahead, Ms. Keisha. Yes, ma'am. Oh, you want me to go? On me? Okay. All right. I go.
No, I was gonna go. That's totally fine. Keyshawn Lashaun here, and I help women entrepreneurs grow their influence, their income, and their audience with videos. And you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. Okay. And you can also go over to my bit.ly/talk-to-Keisha. And you can book a time to talk to me. I'm more of a strategist. So here's what I'll say. I like to strategize, and then you can go over to Clinton. And like, I think he probably can help you like put all that. Strategize, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give you the plan, you know. I'll give you some money, and you let somebody help you implement it. Okay, I got out of implementation, so that's how
we might can work together.
Right?
I'm telling you, all of us, man.
Exactly. Right. It's so needed. So I can't say I'm everything to everybody. So, but
can't serve everyone.
No.
Listen, I have clients that I've built stuff through to reach their audience using the content that I have, because I know they'll be better suited with their audience. Mm-hmm. Built a Christian success life coaching program for women. Built the courses out for them using content that I have kind of coming from my book and stuff like that. But that's for their audience, and we leverage that. You can't reach everyone. You know, everybody don't want to hear from me.
Nah. Collaborations is key, though. You know, especially in our community, we don't do that enough.
Yeah,
we've been conditioned not to.
Exactly, we have been conditioned, right?
So we can be watched by 5 people when there's 500 of us.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, go figure. Well, we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that.
Chris, I got 4 students I need to send you to. Okay, like I was saying, Chris. I think it's Chris is the day trader.
Yes.
I literally have a Facebook group, like 400 people want to learn how to trade Forex, and I don't even teach it. So let's talk.
Yeah, we gonna change that. Start tonight. Yeah,
I love the fact that even though we don't do everything, I can say, well, if you want to do this, you can go over here to this person. Mm-hmm. I don't have to have all the business, and nor do I want it all, because you don't want to be able to. So it's a good thing when you get around healthy Black entrepreneurs and say, hey, this is my expertise. I love what Keisha said. Look, I got a strategy. This is what I do. And anything you want, you can go over here. And that's how I think as African-American entrepreneurs that we should be, how we should actually be. I am a author, life and business coach, and I help women take their life experiences and turn them into life lessons. And I do that by doing something similar to what Clinton does, but it's a little bit different. I take their life experiences and show them how they can be single solution providers. So they can take some of the wisdom that they've learned through their experiences and turn them into life lessons for other people. And you can reach me at you can book a call with me at www.womanofproverbcoaching.com. I just recently launched about a month ago, the Entrepreneur Academy. It's a monthly subscription based website that allows entrepreneurs that are new to entrepreneurship, that don't know how to do things like create video content, don't know how to create digital products and services. So I have a monthly subscription based Entrepreneurship Academy where you can go there and get classes every month on whatever topic that we do. And you can visit me that website at theentrepreneurakademy.com. And Veney and Thomas are actually have been students at my class. I'm very thorough in my teaching. Sometimes I feel they always tell me I give a lot. So I have to learn because I'm passionate and making sure that people get what they pay for. So they have been really instrumental. And thank you guys for your support, for supporting me.
Of course. Listen, you are one of the most creative people that I know. And it doesn't matter at what price point. I mean, you can take a old discarded can and turn it into a Bakewit piece. So, and from a digital perspective, and I have to give you that too. You have, I'm technical with skill sets. You have skill sets, but you are creative, like on another level.
That's
why we work
when you
together.
ask me, that's why when you ask me would I do this, I'm like, of course.
That's facts. I think we have something special here, you guys. I think we created something dynamic this evening. With just the different synergies and the different energies. This is good stuff. My name is Thomas Taylor III. I'll end it off with I'm a visionary coach. I help business leaders align their dreams with their destinies so they can build a long-lasting legacy, right? For me, legacy is very important. Grew up without my father. I have a nonprofit organization called Growing Up Without a Father. And especially, in African-American community, it's just something where sometimes we get caught in our reality and don't realize that our vision is larger than our reality. So if you want to reach out, you can reach out to me via Instagram, Thomas Taylor III, as well as my YouTube channel, Thomas Taylor III, that's Taylor Your Dreams. So until we speak again, go out there and make it a great day. It's been a pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege.
Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to join us on Tuesday in the Wellness Clinic with Charmaine Q. Harrison, where we will be discussing everything concerning health and wealth. So we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Yes, come on, shorty, let's go. Girl, I see you over there in the corner of the dance floor, and I know you're acting shy, looking at the corner of your eyes. So I pick my heart up off the floor, move my feet closer to yours, catch my breath.